What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Magnetar Starheart of Magnetic Service. And yes, I am and forever and will always be in love with humanity. That, of course, means we love everybody, we don't like everybody, and we know for sure not everybody likes us, and that is okay. We consider none our enemy. We do not hate a single person on this planet. Even those who have wronged us terribly, 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 we do not hate them. We're not a perfect person, but we still try to follow the values of the Christ consciousness energy, being like Jesus or Yeshua. Love thy enemy. You ain't gotta like them, though. I don't think it said anywhere you gotta like your enemy. We just love you from afar. And I mean that. That's not just a performative piece. I don't actually have hateful feelings towards anybody. Anyways, I wanted to get on here and talk for a moment about the tarot and channelers, divinators, people who practice magic online. Because I'm someone, I dibble and dabble with different readers and all that are on the platform here. I myself have some, you can look, I have some oracle readings, some videos up on this channel right here, with my divination cards, my oracle cards, my handmade cards, some of which I actually have digital versions of that are not for print yet. I should get there, but we've just had other things going on, and I'm not good at that. I just make the art. I make things, and that's it. I write the song. I write the poem. I do a thing, but when it comes to getting it published and out there, I don't know. I just make and create things, and then so bad on me. That's okay. But if you look on some of you go back and you look at some of my oracle readings, something I do that is very different than a majority of readers, and I'm not targeting anybody, I'm not knocking on anybody, I'm not ripping on anyone's style of reads, but a lot of times, because what a lot of other readers do is actually smart. What I do is dumb. So let's make that clear. But they make, they make the read is about the people that are viewing in. It's about you. And that's smart because people want to hear about themselves. I come here and talk about myself. I'm like, well, let me tell you about myself. Like, who cares? But it's real that people want to hear about themselves. If you look at any of my reads, none of them are like that. I don't word anything like that. I don't read with that intention. I just read. I pull messages out. I just see what kind of comes out. Sometimes I might have certain things in mind that maybe kind of comes out, and it's my stories, or there's just other things though that can relate to other people that would tap in. So I'm sure if I did a channel and I was just like, this reads about you, and I titled it certain way, oh, your love's coming in, or they're out to get you, or watch out for this, or do this, or you need you, then it would probably actually do pretty well. I know for a fact I've had some other actual tarot readers that have decent followings, like have watched when I was doing more of my reads, like watched my reads. But that's not my style. I don't want to put anything out that kind of confuses people or messes with their discernment. And so kind of what I'm going to say next, it's not to knock anybody in particular, but I do think a lot of, because again, it brings the money and it brings the viewership, and that's what people are doing it for, like in essence of putting it, that's what you're putting on the platform. But I feel like there's a lot of readers that they really walk a thin line with how they title some of their videos and how they relay some of the information, because there are people out there that have reasonable levels of paranoia or concerns or fears or worries, and then there's a how do I word it? There's just a level of where you can really exasperate that, and you can really take people who already have some concerns and paranoia and fears and really elevate it and really ramp it up and really make that worse for those people. And I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's necessarily helpful. I understand people go, I'm just getting the message I read, and I get that. But you can look in the comment sections of these readers and whatnot, and and this is coming from an MFer that says some stuff and believes some stuff. But I look at some of these comment sections, and I get a little concerned. And I know I've dived kind of deep at times, and I have to like reel myself back in. I'm like, well, you're getting a little out there, Chris. You got to reel it back in. Let's get grounded in reality. But I see some of these comments, and I get a little concerned. And so, while I think it's fine, like I said, I think there's a lot of great readers and channelers that I respect, that I'm like, they be saying some real stuff. It's not even that I think it's necessarily false, but you have to learn how to discern. And I think it's important to like recognize there's just certain titles or certain things that get said that like, you can implant fears that are not even real. They're not even real things. And there's stuff that maybe, and then there's things where it's like, then someone's like, oh, is that real? Is that, and so there's a lot of people that have mental health issues, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just, in society today, I don't feel like that there's enough people that get real true good trauma counseling and mental health counseling and healing that they should, besides just take all these medicines, these pills, and like blah blah blah, and like just we're just gonna shut your emotions off, and we're just gonna do this. It's like I don't agree with that. Just as much as I don't necessarily agree with putting some stuff out there that's just way on the deep end, and I get it. And nothing's going to change. This isn't going to change anybody's mind. Maybe at some point someone will read this and be like, well, maybe I should be more careful, at least how I word things towards the extreme degree. And that's really all I'd hope for, is that sometimes someone might be but I get it, the title you got to catch. If you don't have a hook, that's why I'm not a successful channeler or divinator or reader on any platforms, because I can't do it. To me, some of the stuff, it doesn't feel genuine to me. And I want all my content, I want anyone who ever watches anything that I do, I want it to feel genuine. I want them to look and say, this MFer is being real. Not being perfect, but he's being real and he's being genuine. That's what I'm selling. I'm selling you genuineness. And trust me, it's not flying off the shelf. So it ain't making me any money. I just do this because this is what I feel called to do, what I enjoy doing. And if I can help a few people out there, then it's always worth it. Do we want to help a lot more? Yes. Do we got to be careful about how we help people and not being people pleasers and having our boundaries up? Yes. This has been a work in practice. So I just want to get on there and say that little message. We're under 10 minutes. That's decent. Just always know you're loved. You're beautiful. Keep going. Keep rocking it. Do amazing, beautiful things in this world. Stick up for yourself. Hold your space. Look out for other people that need that protection. Don't overextend yourself. Things like that. Mag out. I love you.